What's up, man? So what do you tell Jeff Horn?
I mean, let's fight.
Let's fight.
I mean, really nothing else to say. I mean, he has a belt, I have a belt. Let's unify.
What happens in that fight?
Porter got a belt too.
So now
Sean Porter got a belt too. Sean Porter. So why am I go to easy road and knock Sean Porter out? So why am I go to easy road and knock Sean Porter out?
So why am I go to easy road and not Sean Porter out?
Man.
Oh, that was different.
That sounds to me, Mike, like a duck.
And I'm getting mighty tired of your trifling ways and of listening to that jackass Gray.
So what do I do, YouTube? It's your boy King David in this thing, and I'm back at y'all again with another video. Okay, so before we get going on the video, man, y'all know what to do. Go ahead, hit the like button, and if you're new here, be sure to subscribe one time for your boy, so we can continue to grow like we need to grow on this channel. You know what I mean?
Spence knows he can't beat Crawford.
And while you're at it, be sure to check out the merch store. We got a merch store popping off on our channel. Be sure to check out the merch store. And check out the perks we got for the membership going on while you're at it as well. You know what I mean? Support the chump. You know what I mean? Alright, so with all that out the window, man, y'all see what the title of the video is. T-Bud, Terence Bud Crawford, ducked by the entire welterweight division. Don't nobody want no smoke with my guy Terence Bud Crawford.
I know that.
You know, Terence Crawford, man, from the beginning of his career, bro, has a history of just showing that he wants all the smoke, you know. One of Bud's marquee fights, or one of the fights I look at, was his fight with Breedis Prescott, man. I don't know how many of y'all remember the fight with Breedis Prescott. But the fight with Breedis Prescott, Bud actually took that fight on 10 days notice. He took it on 10 days notice and had to move up, I believe, a weight class to fight Breedis Prescott, right? So this was a dude who was offered an opportunity and jumped on it immediately because he was that confident in his skills, right? Didn't get a full training camp, wasn't prepared for the fight, had to move up a weight class, but was that confident in his skills in order to jump in the ring with a guy like Breedis Prescott, a guy who knocked out Amir Khan prior, right? And ever since that moment, man, Bud Crawford has just continued to show over and over and over again that he wants all the smoke, man. All the smoke, bro. All of it. Anybody can get it. Bud is the real can man. I know AB called himself the can man, but that nigga ain't want no problems with Bud Crawford. Bud is the real can man. Anybody can get it, right? Went to 135, got the lineal title, unified champion. Went to 140, cleaned out the weight division, beat everybody that there was to beat at 140. And guess what? Nobody had to get a belt. Fought John Molina Jr. and Felix Diaz. Both guys had no belts, right? Nobody was on the wrong side of the street. Once again, fought John Molina Jr. and Felix Diaz, two guys on the other side of the street. Nobody had to take a 60-40, 70-30, 80-20 split, right? Everybody got a guarantee. Nobody had to fight without no guarantee when they were fighting at Terence Bud Crawford. Right? There was no issues at 140 pounds making fights.
Bitch ass motherfucker.
Bud moves up to 147 and the excuses are just through the roof, man. The excuses are just through the roof as to why the fights can't happen, right? Through the roof. But everybody want to blame Bud Crawford. But Bud Crawford had no problem making fights at 140 pounds, 135 pounds. There was no issues with him making fights at those weight classes. So what changed from those weight classes to with this weight class at 147 pounds? other than the fighters. Right? Because again, Bud Crawford fought John Molina Jr. and Felix Diaz, who were a part of the PBC. He had no issues fighting Julius and Dongo in a unification fight. He had no issues making those fights. He had no issues making fights at 135. But the fighters at 147, for some reason, those fights can't happen. But y'all want to blame Bud Crawford for the reason why those fights can't happen? The math ain't mathing on that one, right? So, you know, it's just sad to see what's going on right now in boxing, man. These dudes at welterweight want zero smoke with Bud Crawford, bro. This shit is sad, man. It really, honestly, and truly is, man. From Errol Spence coming up with several million excuses as to why he can't get in the ring with Bud Crawford, right? Over the last 5 years to now finally being at the point where Errol Spence is finally ready to quote unquote get in the ring. But the only contract that he can send is one with no guarantee, right? Even though all of Errol Spence's opponents has gotten a guarantee. One with no approval over expenses, right? Which is ridiculous considering the guys fighting with no guarantee, which is ridiculous, right?
And there's no such thing as the net. It's all the growth. I mean, certainly if you don't have oversight of the books, right? Approving expenses, or certainly at least knowing where all the money's going, no one would ever agree to a net. The fact that Crawford's you work off the gross. But if you're working off the net, then certainly if what you're reporting is accurate, then Crawford would be out of his mind not to insist on that.
To Virgil Ortiz and the WBO president saying that Virgil Ortiz ducked out of the fight twice.
Crawford have no fight next. The time frame is almost over. Will be due now, and then probably the committee championship committee will order Crawford to face Rocha as a mandatory challenger because Bill G. Hill refused to fight him twice. I don't know why.
All right, the man refused to fight Bud Crawford not once but twice. All right, to Jeron Ennis recently in his interview with Bozy Ennis. He was offered the fight by BLK Prime, pretty much admitting that he was offered the fight by BLK Prime, but pretty much turning over the deal to Showtime, which in my mind is the same as saying you don't want the fight, right? You don't have no paperwork with Showtime, so there's no reason for you to turn over the negotiations of the deal to Showtime, right? If you ain't got no paperwork, according to Bozy Ennis. So that just goes to show you don't want the fight. But then also, too, both Jeron Ennis and Virgil Ortiz, both these dudes running out of the WBO rankings, right? Dashing out of the rankings for the WBO title, which they would be getting a shot right now with this whole Rocha situation. But running out of the rankings for the WBO so that they can go after vacant belts that Errol Spence is going to inevitably leave behind after ducking the entire welterweight division, right? So, you know, man, it's just a sad state of affairs for boxing right now, bro. When guys don't want to fight guys, right? When guys are not looking to fight the best competition there is to fight, you know? I mean, we already know about Errol Spence being a duck, but Virgil Ortiz and Jeron Ennis are supposed to be the new generation that carries boxing, right? They're supposed to be the new generation that does better than the last generation, you know? And as of right now, bro, what we seeing from these dudes, how they moving at this particular point in their career, boxing ain't looking too good right now, bro. Boxing ain't looking too good. Not at all. If Virgil Ortiz and Jeron Ennis don't want to take a fight with Bud Crawford in a fight where they have everything to gain and nothing to lose, everything to gain and nothing to lose, what happens when they actually have something to lose, right? What happens when they actually got a belt and some kind of notoriety and recognition and reputation? What happens when they actually have those kinds of accolades attached to their name, are they then gonna want to fight these fights? I'm not confident. I'm not confident in this new generation, man. This shit looks bad out here on these boxing streets, bro. For real, for real. You know? And I know Bud Crawford is an elite fighter, but for guys like Virgil Ortiz and Jeron Ennis, man, like, you got the opportunity. This is like the equivalent to Bud fighting Manny Pacquiao back in the day, bro. You got the opportunity to fight a 3-division world champion, pound for pound #1 fighter in the sport, right? You got an opportunity to prove yourself at the highest level, but you turn the fight down? Like, that is crazy to me, bro. Crazy. Absolutely crazy to me, y'all. You know what I mean? You know. But it's just a testament, man, and just, it's a testament to Bud Crawford, man, and just how good he is. How these other fighters see him. That even when they have everything to gain and nothing to lose, it's still not worth it. You know what I mean? But I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to wrap the video up right here. Let me know what your thoughts is, bro. Hit it up in the comment section below. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. And everybody, and I do mean everybody, be sure to hit that goddamn like button on your way out. But until next time, bro, I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace.
That's what happened as soon as the stopping challenge. That's what happened. Hey, listen. My thing is, who number one in the welterweight division now?